going on, y'all? It's another one, another back at it again.
With that hot back at it again action.
They can never stop us from being back at it again.
Ever. Nothing on God's green earth
Nothing.
can stop me.
Not a single thing can stop me from being back at it again.
They can't stop me, even if they stop me.
See,
the
now
great
that's
poet Lil Wayne.
deep. Said the great poet, Smaller Wayne.
Power.
Right. So
Uber
it's about
Duber.
where
Scoober Doober is the best version of one of
Nah,
those.
Scoober Doober is one of the better ones. I don't know. I should know. I do like Bowward Woward though. That one is.
Bow is pretty good, but I just got a connection to Scoober Doober.
So let's run down the docket for today. Obviously, you know how if you've been here long enough, this docket don't cover everything, and we actually might not even discuss some of the things on this docket.
I'll do everything in my power to constantly steer the conversation away from the actual schedule that we have.
I'm gonna just call this. We're gonna rename the podcast "Bozos on a Tangent." We're gonna have one topic, and we never gonna talk about every episode's one topic that you never get to.
And you make sure you put the topic as the title,
or you like Roe versus Wade, and then you just keep bringing it up, and then you're like, okay. So basically, there was a court ruling that basically said abortion was gonna be banned, and now on a state level, the states are dealing with it. But here's one thing I want to think about it. Some of y'all shouldn't be having kids. Like niggas just gonna literally refuse to talk about Roe versus Wade. It's always just gonna be a tangent, and then eventually we go.
All right, that's our time.
We should do that. Yeah. And they're like, all right, hour 30 in. Oh, yeah, that's right, abortion. Let me think. I actually do wish some of y'all was aborted. Like, I ain't gonna hold it. And then they get just like
at least 90% of the people I've ever met in my entire life should have been aborted.
A good amount of them.
Did you see that one tweet from a senator or somebody that was like, every person online is allowed to tweet because they weren't aborted? And somebody was like, that is the best
argument against it or for it.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That is 100. Like, bro, have you seen the opinions? Bro,
nigga, have you seen your opinion?
Yeah, one. But two, bro, niggas this week were denying that the slave trade. They denied that existence of the slave trade this week. Like
that was the worst.
I truthfully, well, no, the person who said it is a known shorty got nerves ropes in her brain. It's just nothing up there.
But other people were agreeing with the tweet under it.
Well, listen, I can't speak for them, but we all know what category they're gonna fall into.
You know what it is? I honestly think it's niggas are embarrassed to be descended from slaves. Like they're literally like they would rather have some type of like giant conspiracy theory.
Yeah, that we was kings, and it's like, yes, we were, but some of those kings sold their constituents. I mean, that has happened historically with every kingdom. Every kingdom has had kings that have done foul shit. I don't understand why y'all think black folks are immune to that.
They just refuse to believe in slavery because I'm a strong, noble people. There's no way our people were enslaved.
You know what I just thought about? I feel like that's got to be rooted in like, and it's weird to say this, but like almost in like black supremacy, because it's like getting what you were saying, like we're so
ain't
supreme.
No way women. Ain't no way.
Yeah, right. We're so supreme. It's no way they would have truly like because we got a different intellect. We got the athletic advantage. You know, we got the perseverance. We got everything that So it's like we the supreme beings. We the melanated individual. You know how they be talking and shit. Yeah. So it's like I'm thinking that's what that is about. That's got to be where it stems from. Where it's like you said, ain't no fucking way. My great granddaddy wasn't no slave. He wasn't going for that shit. No, he was. He ain't had no choice, sir. I know Kanye said slavery is a choice, but like he didn't.
Choice. I believe that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, no, slavery is a choice, but like using that technicality, you gonna get into some real dangerous conversations, dog. I'm not gonna hold you.
Like it's not much of a choice if the choice is slavery or death.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
torture, like mutilation.
That's like telling me robbery is a choice, but nigga rob me, give me everything. No, I don't think I have to. No, I think, and here's what I think. I think you're entitled. He said, okay. I think you think that you can just steal the hard-earned money, and before he finishes says it, he just get boomed.
Well, just you like, bro, I don't have time. Hand out the little lid, baby.
He said, I'm gonna give you a handout. Watch this. I'm gonna hand something out.
Like that. Yeah. I know they manufacture these people in the laboratory. These are not real people.
But you know what's funny? Like to me, that not funny, but like the thing I always think about with like denying the slave trade thing is like I feel like it's just this desire to, like you said, to attribute shortcomings to a grander scheme, right? Like because like you said, in their mind, they just can't fathom the idea that there were niggas that sold other niggas into slavery. Like they're just like, nah, we just wouldn't do that. Yes, we would.
I'm
Look
not
at
even
look
thinking
like
about. I'm not
like
even thinking
look
about
at
it
the world
from
now.
that far behind. Like the niggas that I was seeing were saying off the wall shit. Like I've never seen a slave ship before.
No, that's just listen. That's you'll tell yourself any lie to confirm the position you took already. I'm trying to figure out how you got to the position. I'm not worried about the lies because they're all like you said. Like nigga, we know we have seen slave ships, so I will not address that point. I'm just not gonna do it. There's museums with slave ships, nigga. They got recreations of slave ships, and not to mention these ships were mostly wood, nigga. It's the reason we don't have the original ship that they sailed over here with in 1300, motherfucker. Like it's 800 years
That
later.
shit disintegrated.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's 700 years later, nigga. Of course, we don't have the shit that happened when Columbus came over, motherfucker. Like, how would we have that? You think they was just restoring it every 20 years? Niggas ain't had time for that shit was going on. There were wars happening, buddy.
I
So
don't
I'm
understand all of
just
them. So
all the wars are fake too, but jot that down.
yeah, the Jeff, not Jeff Bezos. Who's the nigga they be saying controls the World Bank? George Soros.
Soros, yeah, there you
Yeah,
go. I can't
yeah.
stand that shit.
Yo, I can't
That
stand
should be
none of these
pissing me off because I'm
crazy.
like, bro, even if that dude is that powerful, he ain't got everybody in line. So it's plenty of other provocateurs out here that got
I'm
plenty
one
of
of them.
pull, plenty of stain. Yeah, where your little agenda you got going on. Why you couldn't pick something useful like lowering property value or some shit with your power?
Nigga, that helps people. I'm not here to help people. I have an agenda.
My,
Since when do agendas
that's
help
not
people?
many of them. What are you talking about? A meeting agenda helps people keep people focused.
Nigga, no, it's not. A
He
moving
said, no,
trucking
no, no, sorry.
agenda.
I'm doing the bad agenda.
This don't have nothing to do with the workforce.
I'm doing the despicable agenda. Sorry, the
Despicable
atrocious
me.
agendas.
Evil twin agenda.
Evil twin agenda. But yeah, no. But the reason why I say like it's probably rooted in that because it goes back to that supremacy thing you were talking about. Like, think about it. If you think that black folks are like the supreme beings and so on and so forth, then again, what supreme being would sell each other into slavery, right? So then you have to deny that as well. Like that, like it's just part of it because it's just like, nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. We're above that. We would never do something of the matter. And I'm just like, dog, I'm here to tell you everything that
Anybody will do anything
yeah,
for a come up.
exactly. Especially and again, especially when you say slavery is a choice, right? Think about it. What happens if the white folks come over there, they get in bed and they cool with them African kings of a king of this village or this tribe or this area, whatever it may be, right? And then he cool, y'all poly, and then one day he like, all right, look,
Real
I
quick
got
though, real quick.
40 niggas in the palace, right? I'm here with you in this room, so I could whack you, all my niggas could whack all your top command, right? And you would just be cooked. You're like, or I got an idea. You find me 250 niggas you want to ship off,
And
right?
I've been going to war with this other nation, and I really don't fuck with none of them niggas. So I mean, shit,
Yeah,
get them out
right.
of here.
He said you find me now.
Two
Now
birds, one
again,
stone.
he said now you don't got to pick your own. I know that's tough. So here's what we'll do. If you got some beef with some niggas, let me know who. We might be able to handle that for you. And niggas thinking like, oh nah, that's good. Like, and think about like again, but it goes back to it's like same thing with the hood. Like, it's the reason why you can't use the police to root out another gang because once they gone, nigga, they just gonna come back to you. Like, and
The
of
other
course,
thing that I
long
don't
term,
get
that's
is
not what niggas think about.
white supremacists. Supremacy is in the name, just like these people that they have black, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
White supremacists be the first group of people to say, "Well, white people been enslaved too."
I was like,
So
y'all are indentured servants. Stop that.
Why can they admit that, but y'all can't?
Well, first off, I mean, there were white slaves. Let me be clear there. But
You
my
know,
thing
that's what
is,
I'm
I'm
saying.
just
But
like,
that's what white supremacists do to downplay African slavery. They say, "Well, Romans were
yeah,
enslaved, and
it's
you
the same.
enslaved people."
It's the same way you get the idiots who are like, "Oh, white people are killed by police too." I know, and you're not mad about that. That's what's funny. Like that's the hilarious part. Like the fact that y'all kids that look just like your kids is getting gunned down for nothing, and you just on some.
Y'all
Oh
just be
yeah,
gobbling up
I think you guys are gassing. I'm like, dog, listen, if a white college boy can get pulled over, tased, and punched in his mouth on camera, and they know the camera rolling, dog, if they'll do that to him, what you think they're gonna do to a nigga when the camera not rolling, or a woman when the camera's not rolling, or someone who's disabled when the camera's not rolling? Like, that's the part that kills me. Like, bro, but again, that would require you to be aware of your privilege, right? You would have to know that, like, you would have to think at least that, or believe that white people are treated differently. And for some white people, that's already exactly that's already the point where it diverges. Like, nah, there's no, we're all people, we're all individuals. And I think that's where individualism has done a number on specifically white folks, but people in general, even black folks, everyone falls victim to it. But it's just people think it's so much, they put so much focus on the individual, right? Like, all right, if I like, it's just about me. I got to work harder. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. And it's like, yeah, not to say that you don't, but a lot of that, think about all the things you had to do in your life, right? Now, we all know that whether you like it or not, whether the system's fucked up or not, you got to do those things, right? But at the same time, there's a harm in never acknowledging that the system is putting these obstacles in my place for no other reason than the fact that I'm black. Like, to me, I think over acknowledging that can be a problem too, right? Because then you start to lean on that, like, man, I ain't get it because I know why I ain't get that job. Like, bro, no, maybe this just wasn't the, you know what I'm saying? You didn't ace the interview. Your resume is all right. I mean, come on now. Let's be real here. Like, they could have just decided you weren't the guy for the job. Like, but then, so I think it goes both ways, right? Like, you get people who are over, like, they blame everything on the racism. Then you get the people who they don't want to see racism at all. In their head, it's just, no, black people, we make too many excuses, right? We just don't want to work hard enough. And I'm just like, dog, you don't think that's reductionist? You really think,
like, what?
You think these single mothers that work 2 jobs just don't want to work hard enough, even though she worked 2 jobs already? How is she not working hard enough already? You know what I'm saying?
A real grinder would have worked 3
would have got a 3rd job and went to school at night to get a degree to get a better 2nd job so you could quit the 3rd job and only work 2. You see what I'm saying? She don't really want to hustle like that. She don't even listen to Nipsey Hussle. But I see a lot of that. And I always hated that, where I'm just like, listen, you have to have a balance. Like, I'm not saying like we should get caught up on the system is denying me because I'm black. Like, yes, duh, you're gonna get that every step of the way. So there ain't no sense in harping on it. But we do have to acknowledge it when it happens and keep that in mind, because you may be in a position to affect that later on. And that's where we get lost.
That's
because
the
then
thing where a lot of niggas, they either fail to realize that or don't want to.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, the don't want to one is the one you can't really beat, because those people, they understand why they shouldn't. They're like, nah, I can't open the door for more Negroes because I just understand how they feel about y'all here. I'm one of the ones they accepted, and that's just gonna be it. Right? Like, those are the niggas you can't win. You can't win those niggas over, though. There's really not much because those are people who are like, look, I'm in service to capitalism, to imperialism, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Put me in, coach. Right? But then you get the other black folks who, like I said, they turned it off in their brain because they were at a job or a workplace that was so racist or so this or so that they were like, you know what? There's no point in even acknowledging the fact that every day I'm dealing with some bullshit they put in front of me. So I'm going to just pretend like I'm just the individual and just work through it. Now, mind you, they may have ended up liking you, keeping you on board, and now you think you earned it, when in reality, they still chose you. So it's like, dog, you didn't earn anything. It's not like the black folks who can't get here aren't just earning it. Like, well, y'all just got to do what I did. Get a job on a lower level and bust your ass and work their way up. Like, no, they were only going to let one nigga do that. And you're the nigga. Yeah. And now you basically thinking, you've tricked yourself into thinking I'm here because I'm an exceptional individual, which could still be true. But they could also just be like, nah, look, you're the guy we're going to keep here because, 1, you are an exceptional individual. But 2, you're a nigga I know how to control. I'm not bringing no other black folks in here that I got to relearn and
a diversity hire, and you already here. So, I mean,
and you good at your job, unlike the rest. And you good at your job.
Loud, but
he said, yeah, listen, and you good at your job.
You better than the nigga above you, but you know what? You're not going to get up there.
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest problem, like, of with black folks not letting the ladder down, is because I think a lot of folks have been conditioned into thinking that this, again, individualism, right? Like, if someone wants to get to where I'm at, they just got to bust their ass. I know the work I put in. I know the time I put in, and I earned it, and da-da-da. But people fail to realize how much shit in the world is not actually earned. Most of this shit ain't truly earned.
Yeah,
if
no, I
we
was
really
also
want
about
to be,
to say, think about the amount of work you put in, the amount of time you spent busting your ass, and then think about Brad next to you. Have you paid attention to anything he's done? You don't see the
every time
hypocrisy
you
and
get
how much
paired up with Brad, you just somehow coincidentally end up doing extra work. Ain't that weird? Ain't that funny? And then they praise you. Wow, this is so thorough, guys. Yeah, ain't that weird? You don't think that's strange?
niggas just be going through life with their eyes closed.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people do it because it's like some people just they're just like, I don't got the emotional bandwidth for that. I don't have the bandwidth to come into work every day, acknowledge all the obstacles that are literally being thrown in front of me by people who claim they want to see me grow and develop, and they basically just seeing, all right, let's see if he make it through this. Let's see if he go through this. Oh, can he jump over that one? Ain't no way he hurdle that one.
That's crazy though. To think niggas playing Hunger Games to your career.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and you gotta understand, in some cases, it's like they may not even want you there, right? So it's just a
They
matter
trying
of
everything to get rid of
exactly. So then, worst case scenario, if it all comes down to it, nigga, I will make something up, and that's the thing people fail to get. Like in that case, what do you then say to the individual guy? I did everything I was supposed to. I busted my ass. I showed up to work. I never took a day off. Was never late. I never talked back in the meetings. I always had something good to comment on. You did everything right. Still get let go. And sometimes it ain't even because of race. It's just straight up capitalism. They just like, hey, look, we got to get better bonuses this year, so we got to let 7 people go, and you one of them.
You black, so
yeah, and you one of them.
definitely
So
gonna be one
see you later. Like, what about Brad? He don't do shit. Brad's stepdad is cool with my golf buddy, and
Brad's a legacy at Yale. I mean, he mainly partied there and don't know shit, but I mean, he went to Yale, so
yeah. Or again, it could literally be as simple as like his dad is cool with the niggas I hang out with every weekend. So if I did let him go, I'd have to hear it every weekend. I'm good. Like, and so that's what people fail to realize. Like, so much, like, we have to not stop emphasizing individualism, because we are all very unique people, and I think we don't want to lose that. But at the same time, it's like an overemphasis on individualism when we're talking about issues that impact millions, global issues. We're talking like again, racism don't end with America. Capitalism don't end with America. These are global issues. You could go to another country and see this same issue play out in a slightly different way, or a totally different way. So it's like, it's not about individuals. I don't care how hard you work. You get faced with put in the wrong situation. Again, to me, I always come back to sports, right? It's like you put a guy with the most talent in the world and you put him on an awful dog shit team with a bad coach, a coach just there for the check. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he just hired all his friends so they can get another check. He got the Adam Sandler coaches, no disrespect. But you know what I mean? He brought all his niggas. Like, you already know that it's Adam Sandler the coach, and you know the 5 niggas he gonna have on his staff every single time. And it's not, they may not necessarily be the best guy for the job, but it don't matter. I'm getting a check for my guys.
Niggas in here,
yeah. So meanwhile, you get put in that situation. You can bust your ass, work as hard as you can, but your ceiling is capped due to the circumstances. And I think that's the part that people are so scared to admit in some scenarios, because it's like, then people would feel it's pointless, right? They would think it's pointless to bust their ass and do the work because I could do all of this. And capitalism could just decide, nah, I need a bigger check, so you got to go. Or, nah, sorry, you're just not fitting in with company culture, which is code for you don't hang out with us after work. And you're like, that's it? I'm amazing work. I do everything great on the clock. But because I don't go to the bar and drink with y'all, I'm not a dude. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
crazy. They can get, that's a double-edged sword, because they can fire you for saying you don't fit in with company culture because you don't go out to drink with them. Or you could go out to drink with them, and then niggas accuse you of being a drunk, or you fucking shit up.
It's just up to interpretation. That's why I always say, like, it's not about the individual, it's about circumstances. So it's like when you get put in those positions, that's why it's imperative, not just black folks, any marginalized group of folks, when you get put in that position, it's imperative that you reevaluate the way you see. Because my thing is, the work you had to do to get to where you are, you had to change your mindset. You had to, because you couldn't acknowledge the day-to-day realities of this shit while you was, you know what I mean, busting it. Because you probably wouldn't have busted your asses hard. You would have just assumed, nah, it ain't gonna happen for me. Nah, fuck it. I ain't gonna worry about it. It is what it is. I'm gonna just do the bare minimum. I'm gonna do what Brad do. Right? I'm gonna try that. Like, and then you get fired, and then you see it's racism. See, look, it's racism. No, you got fired because you thought you was white enough to do what Brad do. You're not.
Which you thought you was racism, but not directly.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's like indirect racism. It's like, I didn't fire you because you're racist. I fired you because you're doing the bare minimum. I didn't fire you because you were black. I fired you because you're doing the bare minimum. You're like, well, Brad does the bare minimum. Yeah, but it'd be harder to fire him.
Exactly.
So like, I'm cool with Brad. That would actually hurt my heart, you know? You? I don't know you. But yeah, so I mean, listen, to black folks in positions of leadership, man, please let that ladder down. Y'all gotta let that ladder down, 1, and 2, you have to help these people. Make the job easier for the next one. Do not make people work as hard as you did. That's the problem. I hate that issue. Like, I hate that saying, like, y'all will literally take someone who you know is bright, someone who you know got the drive, the initiative, they got everything intangible that you're looking for in a worker. Right? They just need the opportunity. They just need the experience. They need that shit. And it's like, you'll just put them through the ringer. Like, all right, I'm going to shit on them. I'm going to be indirect. I'm going to do all this stuff to prepare them for the real world because that's how they do it. And it's like, nah, show them exactly how it's supposed to be done. But then also let them know, hey, listen, this is how I do it because I do it the right way. Them niggas, they don't really be off that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is like when you want to, like, because eventually you're going to leave here. Like, this, it's not a world where people stay at jobs for 20, 30 years no more. So it's like, realistically, I'm probably going to get a year, maybe 2, 3 out of it. I don't know what the average time niggas at a job, especially if we consider one with a degree. But I imagine it ain't no more than a year, 2 years. That's probably the average. Probably less than that.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've been in my job for 5 years.
Exactly. And that, to me, in this new era, that's like tenure to me, nigga. Like, niggas don't stay places for 5 years.
Is the only reason I'm at this job that I'm at now is because it's a good job. Like, not just a good job. I mean, it's a good company. Like, I fuck with the leadership.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a lot of social justice issues that the company has responded to, especially in the last 2 years, they were in support of the George Floyd protests.
What did they do about your agenda, or do they not know?
They don't know. Nobody knows but you and our listeners.
So if they find out, you gonna know who it was, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I will.
Damn. All right,
but yeah, every time there's a social justice issue that comes up, they've always been on the right side in my book. Roe v. Wade, they provided avenues and links for women that might need that assistance. I think it's just because, first off, our headquarters is in California, so it's already a left-leaning state. So
so it's easier to lean into that. Yeah. But one thing I will say, though, is that even in a lot of left-leaning, like, there's a lot of companies who are headquartered in left-leaning states for whatever reason. I don't know why, right? But a lot of them niggas, like, oh yeah, in some cases tax breaks, whatever it may be. Because I don't know what the property taxes are in Cali, but I know, like, I mean,
they gotta be astronomical.
If you just want a low property taxes, nigga, you could go to Wyoming or some shit. But I know it's a bunch of companies, like, especially like Silicon Valley, that are, they're in the liberal area, and you walk into offices and you look at them and you think everyone in here is liberal, but it's a
bunch of niggas like Todd from fucking from The Boys.
Yeah, it's a bunch of low key. Yeah, exactly. It's a bunch of low key, right wing looking ass niggas who want some. Well, I just don't really see the need for DEI training. I mean, I feel like all of us here, we're really diverse. I mean, like, we got James Chen, right? We got him.
James Chen.
Right? Like, bro, if you can name one guy of a race, like, you don't think that's an issue? Like, you don't think that's literally the problem we're speaking about? You've got 72 coworkers, and you can name the one Asian guy. You don't think that's odd? Meanwhile, you gotta say,
you said we got James Chen.
He said we got Jake. He said, well, Jake is white. Yeah, but he's non-binary. They're like, oh, okay. You definitely said he's non-binary, but don't worry about it. I see you missing on the pronoun part too. It's cool. Don't even worry about it.
No, that's fucking hilarious to think about. And it's not really hilarious because it's really companies like that and people out there like that.
Yeah. But that's why I say black capitalism, black leadership, that's not solely the answer. I think it helps. I think putting marginalized people in positions of leadership
capitalism
helps.
Isn't the answer, but us coming together to make communities
black community wealth 100% is, but that's not the same as capitalism.
Capitalism. No, capitalism is the answer to nothing.
And people are like, oh well, owning a house is owning capital. Yes. Listen,
That's still not
everything.
capitalism, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, what I'm trying to get you to understand is any sort of building of wealth or collecting of capital will technically be a contribution to capitalism. I'm telling you right now, you will not build wealth without accumulating capital. So you're gonna have to play the game. I'm just letting you know. That's just how this works.
But some
right?
niggas play the game and they get to the end, and then instead of helping the niggas blow them,
Yeah,
they
I'm
become
exploiting.
bosses.
Right?
Niggas turn into fucking Dark Souls bosses.
Or some niggas don't wait till the end. Some niggas is just from the
no
jump.
way
I'm
up.
exploiting niggas.
Niggas mini boss.
Yeah, on the way up, I'm kicking ladder legs out. You bugging. I'm gonna get up. Yeah, hold on. I got this thing. So it's this. It's a credit repair because I know black people. Historically speaking, we have been frozen out. That hell give the whole spiel and all that, and then they paying you hella bread to repair the credit, and they giving you free information. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not mad at niggas who are charging people for information they can get for free, but there's a difference between like I'm throwing a little tidbits in and like the shit I'm telling you bar for bar is free. Like
yeah.
Like, because I've seen it before. Like, I see some niggas will like pay a celeb for this, or pay a celeb for that, and it's just like, dog, why are you paying? Like, for example, it's Money Man. Like, why are you paying Money Man for his financial advice? Because his name is
Money Man Perry.
Yeah, Money
My
Man
Life
Perry.
Is a Movie.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the OnlyFans, but he got something like a Patreon or something where
he's giving money advice.
Yes.
No way, bro. And niggas are paying for this.
Yes, bro. Yes, man.
This is like the niggas that's not taking the $500,000 to go have dinner with Jay-Z.
I'm crying.
Money Man Perry, not even Jay-Z. He's Money Man Perry.
Worst part is nigga got a damn album advance in Bitcoin. And I'm just like, well.
And y'all taking financial advice from this nigga?
Yeah, Lord knows.
He not Money Man Perry no more.
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like, and the worst part is, like, the shit Money Man will say, like, niggas, like, it's so riveting, is he'll say shit like, yo, look, buy the dip and then accumulate a whole. I'm like, bro, that's basic shit.
That's everybody know that.
That is basic shit, bro. Oh, wow, Bitcoin dropped 10%, so you gonna buy in now? So that way when it goes back up, you make money? Nigga, that is how
scam. That is a scam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when it's that, it's like, nah. But when you telling me a new way to repair credit, like, you like, all right, boom. So they got these chime cards that do this, and you can freak it with that. Like, mind you, that's something I could get for free, but it's also not the same old information. Like, it ain't just like, all right, here's how you build your credit. Open lines of credit.
That information if I decide to actually fucking pay attention to YouTube ads, but I skip them every time. So thank you for telling me that because I didn't know. See,
like
that's
Like, imagine me paying you money, right? And then literally your credit repair advice is you want to have a bunch of open accounts of credit, and you're like, okay. You want to lower your utilization. You're like, all right. You want to pay all your payments on time. You're like, my nigga, wait, hold on. This is literally what Credit Karma told me. I could get this for free. I could Google credit repair, and this is the first 5 things that pop up. Well, why am I paying you money then? Just because you're gonna give me a couple specific examples? Like, let's say you want to get a Hellcat, right? Boom, Hellcat costs doo-doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
I won't say credit repair is a scam.
No, credit repair is not, because credit is real
let me
repairing it. Yeah, my fault.
Obviously, I'm never gonna go to just a random nigga that's doing credit repair because I don't know you. I don't know what you know, what credentials you got. I went to a credit repair service. What was it? I'm not gonna give the name, obviously, but it was a big one, one that a lot of people know, and they actually did do stuff to try and increase my credit. Like they did something that I literally would never do, is sent out a bunch of letters to all the creditors to dispute all the transactions and told them that I moved, so I never received the notices and all this. But that shouldn't raise my credit at all. That shit was still on my collections because after they filed the disputes, them niggas just gathered more information and sent it to my updated address and updated the profile with the correct address. So everybody had it.
And so, truth be told, if anything, that might have actually done more.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I raised my credit more by myself than a credit service that I was paying $199 a month for.
A month? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you need a monthly credit repair? What does that mean, dog? These tips are just simple tips that I get at one point in time, and I apply them over months, sure. But why would I need to pay you every month? What are you coming up with new techniques?
Yeah, like, exactly. What I would say is the difference between this service and what you're talking about is they weren't just giving tips. Like I said, they was doing everything for me, literally, to repair it. But
Right. Okay. So so at least that does create a difference, right? Because it ain't just I'm telling you info. I'm literally telling you and applying it for you. And I think that
you go to the
application
site
does
and
cost
then
some
they
money.
have all your credit. They have everything that's in your collections, and you just click on it, hit dispute, and they'll literally send a letter for you.
Yeah. Now see that. Now that I wouldn't say it's worth $200 a month, but
Definitely.
I will say it's that definitely can come with a surcharge. I understand that.
Yeah. It's the convenience because, like I said, I was never
Oh
going to do
yeah,
this myself.
convenience is what people pay for nowadays. I think most of the cost that's factored into products is typically convenience.
Like, we're so fucked up right now. Niggas would rather pay streaming services to watch movies than go watch them bootleg now. Nigga, I remember like 2 or 3 years ago, I was on Pirate Bay consistently.
Shit, I stopped going to Pirate Bay probably like 4 or 5 years ago. I was in college the last time I was really on Pirate, so that was like 2016,
2016 sounds right. That actually 2016 sounds right because Pirate Bay got shut down at one point.
Yeah, I think what year was that? Let's see, Pirate Bay shut down. That was they did this in 2004. No, when did they actually shut down?
Nah, they probably noticed some niggas in 2004.
There was a raid in 2009. I remember that.
I remember that too, and I was amazed. Them niggas kept going. I'm like, what do y'all niggas know? How can y'all get away with this?
So yeah, it said the portal went down in 2014. I'm saying
that don't sound right. Well, there was a bunch of fake Pirate Bays that popped up afterwards, so you could probably Google Pirate Bay right now, and some other shit will come up. Honestly,
yeah, or I'm sure some.
And plus, there's 1,000 other seeding services like uTorrent, which is still active right now. Y'all go download that.
Yeah, I used to use uTorrent as well. I think it was 2014. They raided the servers and it was managed to shut down the servers for the first time since its creation. Now they might have been back up for whatever reason or something like that, and maybe it was up for a small mere period of time.
Yeah. You know what I really started using after Pirate Bay? Shoebox. Oh no, not Shoebox. Showbox.
Oh yeah,
have you used Showbox?
I've used it before. Yeah.
I had the what they call it, jailbroken Fire Stick, and I had Showbox on there, and what was the other one, Kona or something like that?
Cody,
yeah, Kody,
yeah. What was I gonna say? I was gonna bring two things up as related to this whole black shit. One thing I was gonna bring up, and this we on the topic of like black capitalism, and I thought this is interesting because it's kind of going back to what we were just talking about like what are you paying for, like whether niggas will give you the right info, right? Like, so Gilly the kid, right? He's got a podcast called $1 Million Worth of Game.
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah,
you did hear about this, right? And the funniest part was I had no horse in the race because quite frankly I don't give a shit about literally anything y'all saying. But apparently Rick Ross commented on something that Gilly said. I don't know what he commented, but Gilly was upset about it, and pretty much was just like, "Look, fuck this nigga. He had a CEO. He used to be a CEO, da da da, and all that." And then he started saying like, when these old niggas ain't hot no more, they just start doing random shit like buying cows and a bunch of shit, and they want to get on Instagram and try to get attention and da 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 and all this other stuff.
That's a dumbass take. You know how much money?
Yeah.
Okay, just continue. I won't interrupt.
No, that was literally the next point, right? And the tweet I saw was the fact of what you were just about to say, that, dog, when you combine land with livestock in the South, you can get an agricultural tax exemption, something along those lines, right? Now, I don't know how far that extends or how much that extends, how much that takes off the bill. I don't know. But considering Rick Ross's crib is what it is, and considering Rick Ross makes the money he makes, even if it's a 2% reduction, that'd be worth it. 3% reduction. Nigga, all I gotta do is get 1 cow, 2 cows, 3 cows. Nigga, I'm gonna find the prettiest cow, or prettiest ox I can find, nigga.
I'm just nice little oxen.
What's her name? What's her name? You said Elizabeth. Okay, we gonna change that. But yeah, she gotta come with me. Yes, sir.
It's crazy that a nigga has a podcast called the
$1 Million Worth of Game.
Doesn't understand fucking money. And
doesn't understand $1 million worth of game.
Up. How is Rick Ross old and washed up? Because he's buying property and buying livestock. What are you talking about?
You just don't get it. Like, that's my whole thing. Like, obviously, I get what he's saying in the way that Ross is presenting. It's just looked like he just doing silly shit. I get that. But my whole point
is, look like that if you don't know shit.
Yeah, 1. And 2, it's like, nigga, why would I need to be doing shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I need to be doing right now? Rick Ross makes a lot of money not making music or doing anything. Like,
yeah.
So at this point, I'm just finding a way to keep the money I'm making. You know what I'm saying?
Rick
I'm
Ross
making
is literally
plenty of
like
money.
Shaq in the rap game. Like Shaq just be doing whatever. Rick Ross is doing that right now. Rick Ross own a bunch of fucking what's it called? Wingstops? He own a bunch of Wingstops.
Yeah.
He own a bunch of land. He own a bunch of cars. The nigga has property. He has capital. He has nigga everything you need to make money.
And I think one that, like I said, that's just the part where it's like, bro, niggas want black capitalism so bad, but then in the face of what is literally black capitalism, right? Like I'm not mad at this at all. Like this is just utilizing and leveraging what you already have. You already had the land. You already bought the land. You get what I'm saying? So you already had the land, and so now you're just getting a tax credit to host some livestock on it, even if it's only 2 cows, 2, 3, 4. Like, nigga, that's in terms of finances, that's genius. Like I said, if that takes 3% off his tax bill, what do you think the tax bill is for a multi-million-dollar
Rick Ross probably okay. I was about to say Rick Ross probably $100 millionaire by this point.
Yeah, like I want to know how much the house costs. Let me say that it's alleged he purchased it for $10 million. 105 acres. You get what I'm saying? So again, you know what a 2 or 3% reduction on that looks like? Like, hold on, let me see. Agricultural tax exemption, and his crib is in Atlanta, right? Or is in Georgia somewhere, right? Fayetteville, Georgia. Yeah, there we go. So let me see this, right? So we talking about $1 million worth of gain. Tax exemption, Georgia, right? GA, boop boop boop. So they got the whole. I'm not about to go through this whole shit because they got a whole bunch of shit going on here, and it's a lot of things to read and look at. But I'm gonna just see if I can pull something up real quick, and then yeah. So literally, all you have to do, it looks like, is establish sufficient volumes of long-term agricultural products to generate at least 5,000 annualized sales. That's light.
Yeah, that's nothing.
I could literally just buy 3-4 cows, sell them, same 3-4 cows, right? And then make my
sell the milk. You can know how much.
Yeah, exactly. Or keep them and sell them anything. Literally, nigga, literally anything. And I'm trying to see
nigga that's lactose intolerant, get some chickens. You know how much niggas love eggs. I absolutely love eggs. I would buy some Rick Ross eggs.
Some Rick Ross eggs. I'm crying. Now I'm trying to see how much they get off, but I can't see that, or at least I don't see it yet. But this is what I'm getting at. Like 5,000 is so light. Like, and again, we talking to niggas of that pedigree. What is 5 racks to Rick Ross? Like, you tell me I gotta make 5,000 in sales a year, dog. Come on. Bro, I could wait till New Year's Eve and hit that. Like I'm good, I'm fine.
Dropping Rick Ross almond milk.
But now this is a Rick Ross almond milk.
You gonna steal this idea, watch. I guarantee you.
Oh man, that should be one of our titles. Rick Ross's almond milk. That should sound nuts. You just like where he getting the milk from?
Now you can ask that question. You just say Rick Ross's milk, but you say almond, you gotta know it's coming from the almonds. I will hope.
What is almonds in quote, or you mean like real almonds? But yeah, that's always the thing that killed me with black capitalism, because I'm just like, bro, a black community wealth will absolutely save us, right? But black capitalism is just capitalism with a black veneer on it, nigga. Like it's just capitalism with a faux PF chain and a mile. Like it's not gonna change anything significantly. Like you still gonna have that. The only difference would be black folks destroying our own communities, right? It'd be black folks destabilizing our own communities. It'd be black folks stealing from our culture and then watering it down. So that's all that would change, because the game would have to remain the same. The game would remain exactly the same, because otherwise it's not capitalism. It's not the same system no more. So, and my thing is, listen, they'll let plenty of black capitalists in here as long as you're willing to play the game the right way. If you're willing to play Monopoly, oh yeah, I put money behind you. Perfect example is Tyler Perry. How you think Tyler Perry became a billionaire? You don't become a billionaire without exploiting somebody. I'm telling you. And again, you got to get the green light to exploit niggas. They like, no, listen. You're going to stay down there in that $200 million range. If we want you to make $1 billion, we're going to call you up.
It's because he putting on them itchy-ass wigs on them people.
Oh, yeah, they saw it. They said, look, making these black folks look foolish. Boy, I got some work for you. Holler back at me. He said, hit my line. He slacked. He sent him a slack.
That is crazy though, going from homeless to billionaire. That's insane to think about.
That is nuts. 100% nuts. But again, a lot of that comes same thing with the Oprah shit. Like people will point to Oprah and point to South Parent and be like, see, anybody can do it. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. This isn't even inspirational for white people. Bro,
Yeah.
white people can't become billionaires. And I like, bro, why you go? You are not going to be a billionaire. I'm not gonna tell you can't, because you can do anything you want in life with an asterisk, right? But you're not going to. Chances are it's like 99%, 0.99.9. So I mean, granted, if you're the 0.01, then yeah, when you get on, show me the tweet and laugh in my face, like because you earned it. You 100% earned it. If you became a billionaire, nigga, you didn't. It took you a while to get this. You had to break a lot of backs for that.
I was about to say, there's no, and we keep saying this. We brought this up on so many pods.
I cannot emphasize
Everybody
this
in the world has brought this up, but there is no ethical way to become a billionaire. You will have got to step on people and shit on people. Even if you're not doing it directly, you set your company up, right? Where
Yeah,
you
exactly.
getting the clothes from? Some sweatshop in Indonesia?
Yeah.
Where you getting them lithium batteries from them products? Some fucking mine in Africa? You are shitting on somebody. It's that
Yeah.
simple.
And mind you, the best you can aim for is just indirect. Right.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the best. Like the
God
best you
forbid
can.
you go out of your way to step on niggas to make a buck. Listen, guys, I'm closing the company down on a buyout. I know some of you guys needed this, but
Don't care.
Walmart offered me $9 billion just to shut down. They're not going to keep any of you guys. They just don't want the competition. So yeah, you guys can all go home and
And then
probably end
meanwhile,
up homeless.
meanwhile, you gonna get a feature because they're gonna be like, oh, look at him. He grew a $200 million business into $9 billion. And you like, yeah, look at me. I'm so genius, right? It's like, no, you literally just had a good idea. You got the right team behind you. And then once the shit started to blow up, oh boy, you just went full milking mode. Nigga just said, all right. We on now? All right, cut the benefits. Mm-hmm. No, cut them. He said, no, don't reduce them, cut them. There's a difference.
This reminds me of an article I read actually where
Look at this nigga reading, y'all.
Are you right? It was an audio book. I can't even read.
He said it was braille. I was just feeling it.
No, it was an article of this company. It started out small as a mom and pop business, and it grew and it got bigger and bigger. And the owner, he kept running it for decades. And there was this one guy that worked there. He was a super high position, and he manufactured a part for the factory that nobody else knew how to do. No one else knew how to make it. He was the only one. Eventually, the owner got too old to run the business anymore, and he sold it to a corporation. The corporation decided to oh, I left something important out. The company had amazing benefits, and one of the benefits was something crazy, like you can take you can save up as much time as you want, or it had a bunch of crazy
Like
benefits. And
saving up
obviously,
PTO. Like PTO always carries over some shit.
yeah, and then the corporation came in and was like, nah, we gonna scratch all that. So they gave niggas ultimatums, and the old dude that had a lot of tenure in the company, was respected by everybody, and the only one that knew how to make the part that made the machines run in the factory, they fucked him over. So he said, all right, and he used all his PTO and took like 9 months off. And when he came back, he quit.
I'm sure the whole time he was off, they was hitting him like, "Yo, what's this?"
Oh no, I left out the best part. Before he left, he said, "All right, I'll hire somebody new to make that part, so y'all can continue to run everything after I get off vacation." He got off vacation and then quit, and didn't train a new guy to make the part.
So for
So
9 months, they were struggling. Like, damn, all right, we might have fucked up a little bit.
yeah,
At
and
least he
then
gonna be back.
after he quit, nobody else knew how to do it, so they had to go to the owner, the one that sold it to him, and he was so pissed for fucking with his day one Jerry or whatever his name was. He was like, "You gonna have to pay me at least $4 million if y'all want me to come in out of retirement and fix this shit for y'all." And they did it. So y'all fucked yourselves just from trying to cut corners and cut benefits. First off, why would you try to cut benefits from a nigga that's been at a job for 30 plus years? You're a
That's
scumbag.
why you gotta understand. That's how capitalism works. Capitalism will literally cut off his own nose to spite his face. Like you see it all the
Oh,
time.
that's a crazy quote. Never heard that before.
The
That's
perfect
crazy.
example is the work from home shit, right? Like think about it. Like we've seen all these studies show that work from home has led to higher productivity, higher employee morale, right? All this other shit. That people save on transportation. People are in better moods because they get to spend more time with their families and all this other shit, right? Now, of course, there's some drawbacks to it, but in terms of a job, listen, if I could do something that makes y'all feel better about coming to work, makes y'all job easier, and makes y'all more productive, I'm doing it. It's just that simple. It's literally just that simple. If this was anything else, that like put it this way, let's say this wasn't work from home. Let's say this was installing a salad bar in my office. Nigga, I'm putting a salad bar in there the next day. The next day, I'm getting one in there. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever this is beyond work from, but suddenly it's because it's work from home, and that means some of y'all
Because I
might have
can't
to
micromanage you, nigga.
exactly. Some of y'all can't. I can't just. And mind you, some people like because think about when you're in the office. A lot of it isn't micromanaging anyway. It's just somebody walking by. You got to look like you working, and then you just give up the facade when they go away. You read your article, and you're like, "Look, I got 8 hour shift, bro. This work will take me 2, but if I complete it right now, y'all gonna give me something new because y'all going. Yeah, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take 6 hours to get this done when I could have easily just did it quick. Versus if I'm at home, I'm gonna work at my own pace. I'm probably gonna bust it out in 2 and then just chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
So it's like, but you get these people who, again, they're gonna cut up their nose despite their face because it's not about productivity. It's not about the actual business, and that's the sad part. I think when it comes to capitalism, because the mindset that comes with it, it turns you away from what you originally like. The whole point of capitalism is to acquire the most capital. So if working from home leads to that, you have to go with it. Like to me, again, the basic premise of capitalism, you can't deny this. There's no fighting this. There
That's the
shouldn't.
base premise, but over time, capitalism has evolved from just trying to have the most capital to oppressing the working class. And I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
how
right,
much
right,
money
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
making.
or yeah,
I'm not letting these niggas enjoy their time. I'm
exactly.
not.
Because then they gonna ask more. It's a slippery slope. And I'm like,
Yeah,
dog, but
exactly.
but who matter? How would it matter how slippery the slope is if you're continuing to grow because of it? You get what I'm saying? Like my thing is like, let's say I got a crazy profits. I got record profit margins this year, right? And then I ask my team, what do y'all need to increase y'all productivity? Or I do some studies, whatever it may be, and I try some shit. And the shit I try costs me money, but it increased productivity. After 2, 3 years, you do it, and then eventually your growth is through the roof, through the roof, through the roof, and then their wages come up a little bit, their benefits come up a little bit, and then the same thing keeps happening because you're not stagnant. You're not a company that's just all right. We're gonna make one change. That's it. Nah, you're consistently dedicated to increasing your capital, and that's my problem. Like these niggas aren't seeing it. They're seeing it from a number perspective, but not from a welfare perspective. And so the problem is when welfare becomes the focus, it's almost like they get mad. They're like, yo, listen, I'm not gonna do it because this would make things better for y'all. And that's not my focus. And you're like, well, then take your focus off of that and focus on the productivity increases.
No,
I
we focused
mean,
on getting the higher ups paid. What do you
yeah,
what do you
word,
mean?
yo. Ah, sure, I'm bugging, yo. So that's why a lot of capitalism does not make any sense. But like you said, it's about roles, it's about titles, it's about prestige, it's about class. So a lot of that is greater than the capitalism itself. It's not necessarily about making the most money, like you said. It's about letting y'all know everyone got a place in this
I'm
world,
above y'all.
and you
Yeah.
better not step out of yours. You are a worker, okay, sir?
You
And
know
it's
what?
just
That goes
nuts.
back to what I was saying, and another reason why I really like my job is because my job isn't forcing people to come back into work now that the pandemic is kind of stalled out.
I tried to make him do it.
I have to go into the office not even every day, only 3 days a week, but that's because I have a customer facing position. So the offices have reopened, so they need somebody from IT in the office to help in case anybody has any IT related issues. But the office be empty, nobody be there because it's not mandatory for niggas to go back to work. There is 1 day a week where people are in there. It's because this one group all decided to come in on that day and all work together. And it's like 5 people in that department. Those are the only niggas be in there. Thursdays are the only days niggas be in there. Every other day I'm in there by myself chilling. So like, even though I have to go into the office, I'm still chilling like I'm at home. I'm still getting the same amount of work done.
And that's my thing. Not only are you getting the same amount of work done, but then think about it. Like the way I always see it, and again, I'm seeing it from the worker perspective, is that not only do you do all of that work, right? But then think about it. Like it's like you do the work, and now your boss can then come to you like, "Yo, look, you got like some room for some extra shit," and you probably would like normally you just be like, oh, "Hell no," you know what I'm saying? But during this situation, you be like, "Hey, well, look, I busted my ass for 2 hours. I've been chilling for the last hour and a half. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah,
What you
like
got for me? This
my
will help
boss
the
has
day
been
go
giving me
faster."
projects consistently for the last 2 years just because I got more time. And you
Yeah,
know what? I'm
and
so efficient at my job. I'm getting all the projects done. It's to the point now where this nigga comes to me before anybody else. Like, I know you be getting shit done. Here's this project, and then I fucking do it, and that makes me look good. I'm in line for a promotion because of it.
And so, but mind you, but then you'll get all these jobs who will literally just. It's just I don't know. It's just so silly the way that this shit works, and so much you could tell how much of it is just emotion based. Like it's emotional. It's like I don't like that they feel good about themselves.
Literally, that's what it
You
is.
just like, bro, like imagine you dating a woman and she's like, I could just never let this nigga get too happy. He can't. I can
You
because
saying imagine, but a lot of relationships.
hey, listen. I ain't trying to go down that road right now. All right, but
Yeah.
but yeah. So it's like it's just nuts. It's just nuts. I think I can't believe we are 40 minutes in. We have been talking about capitalism for a long time.
I told you I
Speaking,
wasn't gonna let us get no topics done.
I mean, we were gonna do a little eat the rich segment. So I mean, this kind of ties in with it anyway. These would be the rich.
Yeah. All right, let's get to eating the rich because I'm hungry.
All right. So first thing we gonna get with is we gonna get with Vince McMahon. So did you see any of this?
None of it, no. But I know
Okay.
Vince McMahon is a known piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You can just tell just the way he worked. But so there was a report from the Wall Street Journal that Vince McMahon paid $12 million to 4 women over the past 16 years to silence, quote, allegations of sexual misconduct and infidelity. Now, to me, in my opinion, it's nuts to pay millions of dollars
I was about to say 12
for the
million is a
infidelity.
crazy
Yeah, it's a
amount.
wild amount of
So
money.
like this isn't even sexual assault. This is willing
No,
participants, but
one
he
of
was
them is one of them is.
okay. But the rest were just I don't want niggas to know I cheated on my partner, so I'm
I think
silent. I'm
that's
paying you off.
Yeah, it was one woman. It was consensual. He just allegedly had an affair. He paid $3 million in hush money. I'm like, bro, at that
Oh
point,
my
I'm
God.
breaking the fuck up. I'm
Yeah, I
not
might as
paying
well
you
just get divorced.
$3 million to cheat
Nigga,
in
$3
peace.
million, my wife will get that in alimony. So what's the
Yeah,
difference?
to cheat in peace, bro. That would be part of my deal with my wife. Like, no way, no shot. Although we do have to understand, like Vince McMahon is worth like $2 billion. So like in terms of the money he got into
Wait,
his
wait,
account,
wait, 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 wait. This might not be the nigga I think it is. Um, is this the wrestling nigga?
yeah, Vince McMahon. Yeah, you go to jail, you
Vince
son of a bitch.
McMahon is worth $2 billion.
Yes. Why is that shocking
I,
to you? Do you know how big wrestling was and is still?
I, j-
I'm actually shocked it's not more. Like, because
I,
think about it. Vince
I did
McMahon,
not think he was. I thought he was worth like a couple hundred mil.
look at it like this. Like
Oh my god.
most franchise owners in the NBA or the NFL are billionaires. And if they're not billionaires, they're worth like 3 or 4 or 500 mil, right?
Okay, that makes sense when you put it in that terms. Yeah, Vince
So,
McMahon is like the god of wrestling.
right. And I'm
That
actually
makes sense
surprised it's
though.
not higher because I'm thinking to myself, like, there's owners that are worth like 2 or 3, this and that. But like, I'm thinking this is just his league. It's his
That's
entire
it.
thing. It's
Nobody
all
else cares.
his.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for think about it, for a long time, there's always been competitors that popped up over the years. But WWE, WWF, whatever you want to call it, has pretty much, I wouldn't say they cornered the market, but they were the main guy. Like they were always like the
Pardon me,
Walmart.
God. That's probably why he's not as big as he should be because think about all the spinoffs now, and they're popular. They're not like knockoffs. They're
Yeah,
popular.
yeah.
A lot of
100%. Yeah.
niggas preferred them to the WWE because they
Oh
know
yeah,
Vince
yeah.
McMahon is a
I
piece
did
of
hear a
shit.
lot of that. Yeah, I did hear a
Yeah,
lot of that. Especially when we talk about a lot of the treatment of how he treated his workers
yeah.
but this gets back to our point. Think about this. Remember, your product is workers basically throwing their bodies to get like putting their bodies on the line to create this product and this soap opera and this drama and so on and so forth, right? But the part that's nuts to me is that you can't find it in your heart to pay these niggas medical shit just to keep them. Look, my thing is, even if it's pure selfishness, I want you niggas healthy enough to wrestle in my league, nigga.
Exactly. You got
the moment you niggas leave, yeah, I might cut your shit right off, sure. Like, bro, while you here, dog, you gonna have access to state of the art, nigga. State of the art. I'm talking about every hospital you go to gonna be the name of some old white nigga from like 1922. These gonna be hospitals that got some large donations. Okay, like I'm taking you to the right place, nigga. The trauma center, nigga. Like I got you, bro. So that's the part that kills me. And think about it, like we said, he's worth $2 billion. So what would an investment of $2, $3, $4, $5 million when you already paying $12 million just to hide the fact that you getting coochie on the side? Like, yes. So it's nuts. Like when you really look at it, like, bro, you paid $12 million to silence 4 women, and if you put $12 million into supporting your wrestlers, $12 million on healthcare again for them niggas over 5 years, 10 years, like that's like it's nuts. But
does he still own WWE or did he sell to somebody else?
Well, due to these allegations, it's his days may be numbered.
Get him out of here. Love it.
But yeah, so there was another NDA that involved Vince McMahon and a former wrestler. And allegedly he coerced her into giving him oral sex and then demoted her and ultimately declined to renew her contract after she resisted further encounters.
Oh man.
So that one is 100% sexual assault.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Like having the affair, that's just infidelity. But no, this is sexual assault. There was also a WWE contractor who shared unsolicited nude photos of Vince McMahon with the company.
What was
it said that he sexually harassed her on the job? Okay. Oh wait. Oh, okay. I get the sentence. Okay. She shared them with the company because he sent them to her. Okay, I get it. I was very confused here. I was like, how the fuck you got the dick pics and how are you suing? I'm confused.
I was like, what?
Like you secretly stole some dick pics while he was sleeping, snapped the pic of the dick and said, yo, he sent this, y'all. I'll take $2 billion and this should be all over it though. He like, bro, I don't even take dick pics like that. That's not my angle. Look at this. Look, my shit don't even look right in this lighting. Now you know I wouldn't take nothing like that. But yeah, no, this is nuts. So he may be out here. One. And let me see. He did relinquish his CEO title in the wake of the earlier report, but he's still in charge of the company's creative direction. Stephanie McMahon is the interim CEO.
It's like when fucking Jeff Bezos said he was stepping down as the CEO of Amazon and is still involved in day-to-day business.
And the wildest part, though, is actually that there's been no denials from Vince McMahon's people. Like his PR team was just
for sure.
Yeah, like it's nuts because he owns the bulk of shareholding voting power. So it's almost like, what does the board and how do they react to, get that done?
I mean, the board want to make as much money as possible, so I guarantee you they want to get this nigga out of here like everybody else.
Yeah, 100%. And plus, like you said, I think it's in a lot of scenarios like this when you got like nasty workplace environments. It's one of those things where everyone hates it, but people just adapt to it, right? Mm-hmm. Because they're like, look, I'm getting a good enough check, or I feel like this check's good enough. I'm willing to fuck it. It is what it is. I'm not the dude who's gonna go around showing my dick to women, but it's unfortunately part of this job. So there's people who accept it, but then when you get an opportunity like this, right, where you like, oh, wait, hold on, we could get him out of here. We could jump this nigga. Like, nah, yo, we gotta jump him. Don't do the movie style fight where y'all try to fight him one by one. Nah, we gonna jump this nigga
expeditiously.
I want y'all all hitting this nigga at once. Let's see. So there's a woman. There's a lot of shit. Oh, he's big. There was a woman who was hired on a salary of $100,000, and she began a sexual relationship with Vince McMahon. He increased it to $200,000, and I'm like, oh
man, bro.
And apparently, a former WWE executive reportedly had an affair with the same paralegal.
Yo, what is nigga? This shit is like fucking Blizzard.
I feel like this is one of those ones where it's like it eventually gets around, and it's just like I hate to approach it from this angle, but it's also like this is an easy lick. You are showing people that you're an easy lick.
Literally, yeah.
Like don't get me wrong. Like obviously, there's certain things that are come with that. Like there's a certain trade off here. You know what the trade off is, and there's no skating around that. But if that's a trade off you're willing to accept, this is an easy lick. Like, cause it's like, bro, like you got a nigga who just too horny to keep his meat in his pants, and worst case scenario, you could just always blackmail him because he's just in so much bullshit and he's a dumbass. So it's just like, all right, look, you give him what he want, you get a little pay increase for the time being, and the moment you say no and he fire you, guess what? You got him.
Lawsuit, nigga. Fuck out of here. What you
got his ass.
Dumbass nigga.
Got his ass.
Yeah.
So again, now don't get me wrong, I'm not even saying any of these women are coming into it with that idea, but it's just like, nigga, like you are an easy lick. Like you are making these cases incredibly easy for these women. So with that being said, Vince McMahon, we putting you first on the what's that? The rotisserie. We putting you on the rotisserie first, young man, old nigga.
I don't know about first.
Only because we went with him first. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
We can choose who we gonna devour or eat first, but I guess I'll go with Dan Snyder because this article's already.
Which one?
Dan Snyder, owner of the Washington football team.
Is he still the owner? I thought they ousted him or something.
No, they can't oust him. That nigga, bro, he gonna die for the.
He going down with.
Yeah, I'm about to say they gonna have to. They gonna have to knock him off to get him out of there.
This nigga been in scandal after scandal, controversy after controversy. He going down with the ship.
He said, "I ain't going."
Eventually, the NFL just gonna have to get rid of the entire team.
I ain't going. It's really that simple. So,
listen,
but no,
we don't need a Washington football league. We have a Maryland football league or a Virginia football league. It's that simple.
So okay, so let's see. Where do we start here? I'm trying to think. There was an article I saw about this. All right. So for those who don't know, Dan Snyder is the owner of the Washington Commanders, which again is a name I won't ever respect.
Yeah, that's why I keep going to Washington Football League.
I'm just not gonna do it.
Such a generic, lame ass name.
I'm not gonna let that arena football ass name, boy. Like, literally. Get that shit out of here. So obviously, for those who don't know, why Dan Snyder is a piece of shit. One, I mean, he was adamant on refusing to change the name from the Redskins. And he was just like, we'll never change the name. It's that simple. Never. You can use all caps when you write never. He refused to meet with Native Americans. There was a whole PR battle. He employed crisis management and PR firms to defend the name. Nigga paid Brad to defend his musty ass name, right? And he even created a Washington Redskins Original Americans Foundation, whatever the fuck this is, which was basically like a cheap effort to buy favor from Indian communities. Or should I say Native? Yeah, no, they didn't. They didn't, because mind you, nigga created a little quick nonprofit. All right, fine. Y'all donate to a couple of y'all little causes or some shit.
That's what rich niggas do. They just, I'm in trouble. Quick nonprofit real quick. Let me throw some money at the issue and see if it goes away. Push off. I mean,
yeah, that was his only option. Mind you, he hired firms. You know how much them firms cost, nigga? Them firms cost millions.
How much is Dan Snyder worth?
I don't know. I have to look somewhere else. It's not on here. But again, he's a football owner, so it's gonna be in the billions. $4 billion. Yep. In 1999, bought them for $750 million. In 1996, he sold them for $1 billion in stock. Oh, in stock. Okay, all right. I'm not worried about that. But yeah, so it started with the whole Redskins name, right? Obviously there was that issue, and then there was the whole point where a guy in 2011 wrote like this article talking about a guide to Daniel Snyder, and it was just a series of controversies that had surrounded him
in 2011, and nobody listened.
Well, the thing was, this writer had been sending shots at Snyder for years, right? And then the front page of the column was Daniel Snyder with devil horns and a beard. And he ain't like that. He didn't like that at all. He didn't like that at all. He accused him of anti-Semitism. That's how you know he was bad, boy.
Oh my god! How was that anti-Semitic?
This is in 2011. This is before cancel culture. He was hot for real. He was hot for real, dog. In 2011, to call somebody anti-Semitic, you're mad. You're dead mad.
How is it anti-Semitic to draw devil horns and a goatee on somebody?
Hey, look, man, in a statement by the Simon Wiesenthal Center, a Jewish human rights organization, which I'm sure Dan Snyder has no ties to
whatsoever. There's no possible way, right?
Yeah, they acknowledge that virulent anti-Semitism goes back to the Middle Ages and urged his paper to issue an apology, which they did not. He filed a lawsuit against the paper before finally dropping it. So you know how that shit goes. But it's funny because this national park thing happened in 2004. That is nasty work. So this
nigga been on 10.
But he just, bro, he was ruining this guy's career. Like, hold on, that's the part I want to find, because shit that he did was nasty, but like the ruining the guy's career part was actually the nuts part. Okay, so it started in 2004. He brokered a deal with the National Park Service to remove old growth trees from his parkland behind his home. So his home was built on national parkland, which is federal property.
Incredibly wild to even do. Yeah.
Now the trees were, if I'm not mistaken, because it was federal property, and I think the trees were, what was it? Oh God, I think I got it backwards. Where I want to say that the trees weren't exotic, but the way he got around, he just couldn't cut them down for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think they were native saplings or something like that, or I don't know. He just couldn't cut them down, and so basically he got an extension in the ruling, and got some weird assessment put in, where basically it was like, you know what? I believe because these are non-exotic, da-da-da. Basically, they just made some shit up to make him happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he wanted a better view of the Potomac River. He had a real estate guy estimate that it would add value to his crib. So you already know that nigga was just, okay, money, that's all it takes. Yeah, with it. So they added this ruling in, and he just started clear cutting. Now, mind you, you need approval from the county. You have to do environmental assessments, and all that shit was skipped. So as a result,
Moneyland Perry,
Snyder was fined $100 by the Maryland National. $100. They fined a billionaire $100.
Well, was he a billionaire back in? This doesn't excuse the price, but was he a billionaire in 2004? Is what I was about to say. But obviously, that price still don't fit.
I mean,
he should have been fined. Like
he was fined because he bought the Redskins in '96 for $350 million of his own money. So by 2004, he was
good. Find that nigga at least a good $30 million.
Right. Now here's the wild part, though. Here's the nuts part, right? The nutty part is that there was a National Park Service ranger who investigated the complaints from Snyder's neighbors and all this other shit. And so he pretty much went to his superiors like, yo, like, it's this nigga out here bugging. Like, he doing all this shit where, you know, it's a violation of law. He can't do this, da-da-da. And so the acting superintendent pretty much was just like, nah, he good. He good. And so, oh boy, already seen that was fishy. He was like, nah, I'm good. So he filed a whistleblower complaint with the Office of the Inspector General, right? And so the report came out a year later. Incredibly, it concluded that the decision to allow the tree cutting had come from the National Park Service Director's office, and that the special assistant to the director, who is now superintendent, had not been truthful with investigators. It didn't recommend any discipline and referred the case back to the National Park Service for appropriate action. That's right. Them niggas were supposed to discipline themselves. Basically. Like, yeah, y'all was wrong. Figure out some shit to do with y'allself. So, of course, you know, nothing actually happened. But what ended up happening was that they said that his work conduct at there was being investigated. After he reported them, reported that a park superintendent was acting improperly with a boundary issue. He was stripped of his law enforcement commission and assigned to another park. All items were removed from his office and transported to his home by park employees. And then sometime after that, his home was raided and items were removed by the National Park Service. This all happened while he was out of town. And he was subsequently arrested, ordered face down on a marina dock, and carted off in handcuffs.
It's amazing what money does.
So,
Ooh,
hold
look
on,
what
we
that
ain't done
money
yet though.
make a bitch do.
9 months after he was arrested, he was indicted on one charge of theft of government property. Now imagine this.
What's the
Y'all
government
went in
property?
my office to
Oh
steal
my
my
God.
shit and move it to my spot. And then you probably found something that's quote unquote belonged to the National Park Service,
And
purposely
I took from the
transferred it.
office.
Yeah, purposely transferred it and then said, look, y'all, he took this.
That's fucking mind-boggling.
Oh, man. So, right, so this all happens, right? 3.5 years later. Not 3.5 years later, but there was a not guilty verdict, right? So, yeah, there you go. In minutes. They found him not guilty in minutes. They were like, nigga, what? No, nothing happened. So 3.5 years later, after he was not guilty, National Park Service hasn't taken any disciplinary action against those involved, and it hasn't restored him to any position of authority.
Why would that?
And they basically put his ass in the closet.
Makes sense.
And so I was reading this whole story, and I was just like, this is nuts. Like, you cooked this guy's one career over what
he was supposed to be doing.
But my whole thing is like, this guy was reporting for a bunch of shit that, if we're being honest, like you said, look what the money make a bitch do. The money was never like, this was never going to get turned down. Like, they were never going to say no to this because you were just offering them too much money. So that's what comes with this. Yeah, you got a guy complaining.
At a certain point, everybody has a price. That's something that you just learn over time. Niggas will say, "I'll never fold. I'll never do this. I'll never fold." A nigga offer you $700 million. What you gonna do? Whatever he asking,
Or sometimes they don't even be that. Sometimes there is no offer. I just tell you what could happen, and you wisely choose what I'm telling you to choose.
Listen, bro, I'm a billionaire. You know what that means? Your family could come up missing, and I'll pay off an entire
I don't even gotta go that route.
And yeah.
Now I understand going that route with certain things. Yeah, exactly. Think about it. I just go, that's it. That's all I need to say to you niggas. If you making $60,000 a year supporting your family off of that, and a nigga like, yo, look, I can just get your boss replaced, get a guy in who I like, and what you think he gonna want? Just think about it. What you think he gonna want? You know what I'm saying? Like,
please, Mr. Dan Snyder, please.
Yeah. And then, like you said, like, so a lot of times, like, a nigga don't really gotta go that hard. Like, I don't have to buy nobody. Like, I could just kind of walk in there and wave the fact that I got money around, and that's enough. I really might not have to pay y'all. I could probably pay somebody under the table. I pay one guy, right? Like, I pay the director, and then the director just passed the shit down. All right, he tell his assistant, all right, go handle that. His assistant go to the superintendent, all right, go handle it. At that point, it's out your hands. Like, you cook. You can't do nothing now because one nigga got paid, and now it's just gonna get passed down. And them niggas not gonna lose their job to not pass on this message. They looking at it like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna do what I got to do.
It's really fucked up the corrupt society that we live in.
It is. Yeah. But wait, I'm not done. That was the national park story. But Dan Snyder, he has got more. He has got more. In 2020, right?
I know he had. Yeah, I know he had.
Yeah, you know that stuff. You know that stuff. Now, there's one that came out that we never spoke about. I think I mentioned it, but I didn't speak about it. This is like last year. Remember when the whole thing where he had to go speak with the House Oversight Committee and shit?
Mm-hmm.
So they were basically saying he intentionally underreported ticket sales to the NFL and IRS in order to pay a smaller share into the NFL's visiting team fund, allowing him to keep more of the ticket revenue than he otherwise would. So basically, a nigga lied about how many asses he was putting in the seats just so he could keep his money.
Ooh, this nigga different.
And they also alleged that he would drive up prices by selling cheaper tickets in bulk to third-party vendors, and then they would just... So I'm like, ew, you doing everything, dog.
This is insane. This nigga is off his rocker.
And it's like, can you imagine, like, simultaneously trying to drive ticket prices up while also underreporting ticket sales? That is so nuts to me. Like,
nigga is actively trying to.
You just not sure which side of the asshole spectrum you want to fall on. You just
listen, like, I want to make as much money as possible, but I don't want them niggas to get shit.
You hear me? Nothing. Don't get them niggas a piece of none of this shit. All right, so put him on a spigot. He's second. Now on to the next rich dickhead. Now, this is the article or the headline.
We gotta stop saying rich because it's a lot of rich niggas. And let's start saying mega rich or ultra rich or super rich.
I ain't putting no more respect on your name. You just rich, nigga.
Well, I don't know why, but when you just said on to the next rich nigga, the first thing that came into my mind was Young Rich Niggas by Migos. I don't know why, it just popped in.
Hey, man. It is what it is.
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting them niggas out here.
Okay, but so this is okay. First off, I do not like the way that this was written. Don't you ever call a 76-year-old nigga lusty?
Oh my god.
But okay, so I'll just read the
This
headline
is
to you,
about
right?
him, isn't it?
It's about Elon Musk's dad.
Yeah, it's about him.
Elon Musk's dad, 76. They made sure to put his age in the title. Confirms secret
elder.
second child. Wait for this. With his stepdaughter.
Whole family full of degenerates. Wait, how old is his step? It doesn't matter, but like, what's the age gap there?
41 years.
Jesus fucking Christ. How this nigga not shooting dust yet?
Well, he admitted that her pregnancy was unplanned, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think most people plan on putting babies in their stepdaughter.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, this is nuts. I'm sorry, like this is nuts. Like this alone is nuts. Apparently, his other children were shocked and uncomfortable about the surprise pregnancy. They still don't like it. Errol admitted in his new interview.
Nigga, what?
They still feel a bit creepy about it because she's their sister, their half sister.
Yo, what do the Musk family be on, yo? This nigga fucking. First off, ain't no wait. I don't have it first off because I have so many thoughts coming to the forefront of my mind that I can't pick just one. Like it's so much. What? Who is this? Who is she married to? Is she married to Elon? Is this his ex-wife, or is this one of his? How many kids does he have?
Elon? I don't know how many
Elon has. No, not Elon, the father. Yeah. How many kids does he have?
Errol has 7.
So this is just a random wife to one of the 7 kids.
I'm like, yeah.
And this disgusting, dirty motherfucker had sex with one of his children's wives.
Sure.
And this woman just decided to have sex with a geriatric nigga in a wheelchair.
Listen, man.
Ain't no listen.
We gonna move on to Elon now because we got some more fuckery at foot.
Because his whole family is fucking nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, clearly. But yeah, so obviously reports came out that he had secret kids. He was hiding a child. And he confirmed that he welcomed twins with a executive at one of his companies.
Why is this nigga? Why are you having sex with nigga? Inter office relationships, bro. That's day one knowledge. Why is he not being held accountable for this?
Who's gonna do it? He's the richest man in the world, and our politicians currently are, for lack of a better word, fucking stupid. So I don't know what else there is.
Fucking stupid or sucking at the teat of SpaceX.
Teat of capitalism. The capitalist teat.
But yeah, go on. He just had twins with an executive at his. Let me just say this: Elon Musk is the classic lame ass nigga in high school, got no bitches whatsoever, got a bunch of bread, and didn't know how to act, and just went out and decided to fuck everything that moves by throwing money at it. This nigga, supposedly a genius, has 10 kids. If a nigga named Tyrone lived in South Central and had 10 baby mamas, what would y'all be saying right now?
Sure, they call that nigga a welfare king.
Yeah, but this nigga,
and the funniest part
is, baby,
Elon Musk is literally a welfare king. All that corporate welfare he getting.
Yeah, I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about the fact that he's not a billionaire because of his own wealth. His parents owned a fucking emerald mine in Africa.
Yeah, of course.
That's how he got his money. That's how he got to start.
That's how all these rich niggas, like, you gotta understand, like,
That's all these rich niggas do it. But for some reason, the fact that Elon Musk is just lost to history, and all his followers and all his dick riders on 4chan and Reddit are just like, no, he's a self-made billionaire. He did it from the ground up. He made PayPal. First off, he
Wasn't he
didn't
the
do it from the ground
co-founder?
up. I was just about to say, first off, he didn't even do it himself. Second off, he's not even the founder of PayPal. He was just there. Third off, he didn't make SpaceX. He just bought it and got rid of the CEO and took over. None of the ideas that SpaceX comes up with, this nigga did. This nigga is literally
I get it.
Go
ahead.
No, you go ahead. Because I was gonna keep going on the I hate Elon tangent.
I was gonna say, like, I get the feeling he's like, you know how Trump was in the meetings, like niggas be in the meetings trying to have a normal meeting, and then every time he hop in, niggas hold their breath and they're like, oh my god, please just don't say no wild shit. Like, Trump just like Elon just like, I think, and niggas like, oh, all right, please just be normal. He's like, I think we should try to fly to space. I'm just like, okay. Thank you.
We're called SpaceX.
Thank you for that, Mr.
Oh, you know what? We should make a Minecraft truck that's pointy.
A Minecraft truck. Make a pixel truck.
Make a pixel truck. It's pointy.
I want a PlayStation 2 truck. I want this. Yeah, the original Gran Turismo. Let me get that one. I want a Ridge Racer truck.
A Ridge Racer truck. I think we should make something called pizza pockets, but for astronauts in space. What do you guys think about that?
Is that really like some shit? It sounds like some shit he was saying. That's the worst part. I can't even tell. I was sitting there thinking, like, should I Google that?
No, he didn't. He didn't make astronaut pizza pockets. But
if he did, I would give him more credit for that than for anything else he's done in his life. Truth be told,
he doesn't deserve anything he has.
If you found a way to get pizza pockets in space and it still capture the essence of both pockets and pizza, yeah, no, you deserve it.
Wait, couldn't you just take hot pockets into space and it'll be the same thing?
It's like
hot pockets deflate in space or something?
Yeah, there's like different physics with a lot of foods. Have
you seen niggas try to eat hot pockets in space?
No, not hot pockets. I've seen niggas try to eat any fresh food, and a lot of that shit just does not go well.
Really? All the ingredients of a pizza like fly off in different directions. The sauce.
I think you could probably do like one of the like ration ones, like it like a dried out not.
I've seen niggas do dried out food, but like if you, you wouldn't even be able to get something like that into space without it fucking up on the way up, right?
Yeah.
So there's no way to really test it.
Let me see. Let me look at the food in space. Like condiments are available. Salt and pepper are available only in liquid form because sprinkling doesn't work.
No, I'll sprinkle shit and it's just lift my food up into it. Or wait, would it not stick to the food and I would just push it higher in the air?
Literally, you would try to like it would come out and just float away, which is never land.
No, but no, what I'm saying is if you sprinkle it in the air and it's floating, right? Could I just like push the plate of food up into the seasoning and season the food? Or would pushing it up and then the seasoning would also get pushed away like magnets or something?
Oh, I'm looking at one where they're making a pizza in space and it seems to work well. They're just taping everything down. Like every single ingredient has to be taped down while they're preparing it.
That makes sense because
this shit is actually kind of funny.
When are we gonna get to the point in technology where we have gravitational fields and we can go into space and put on like what is it, like fake gravity, so we don't have to be floating around the whole time? You know, like they got in the movies.
I already do that. There's plenty of fake gravity where I'm from.
I mean, you build different. I mean, we expect that.
Okay, so put Elon and Errol up there on the spigot. That's
wait, we didn't finish though. We talked about the twins. We didn't talk. Well, never mind. I kind of gave it away saying that he had 10 kids.
He has 10 kids, and he wants to repopulate the Earth because this idiot thinks that underpopulation is an issue. But it's like, we'll make the Earth more reasonable to live on, and people will probably fuck. Like,
you're supposed to be a genius, right?
Do you understand, right? People,
you don't actually believe he said that, right? I mean, he said it. I don't know.
He did say
you
that.
You actually don't believe he believes that. That's just some dumbass. No,
I get the feeling that some capitalists do, because think about it. If there is quote unquote an underpopulation issue, that means less niggas working for me. So I do think from that perspective, some of these niggas probably believe it.
So you're gonna fuck your way into repopulating the earth single-handedly?
No, he won't. That has nothing to do with him. He's just like the fuck because he wants to succeed out there.
No, that's
Clearly,
what I'm saying though.
yeah,
So
clearly he's just a
you
hormone.
realize underpopulation is a product of niggas not wanting to fuck because the world's about to fucking end.
Oh, see, that's where
And
they disagree.
also niggas. That's why he want to go to Mars, right? Because he disagrees the world's gonna end.
Oh, chill out, yo.
That's why they want to build Mars colonies.
Stop making
the
sense,
is
yo. I've been
viable,
trying my
right?
hardest not to make sense of this shit, yo. You really trying to piece shit together, yo. Chill out.
You right.
This is all haphazard. It's purely coincidence.
You right. Definitely right.
I know I'm right, bro. Now leave it alone, yo. For some shit happened to you, yo. He said, all right.
Anyway, listen, some shit happened to me. Y'all know why. It's
Elon. Sign this NDA for me, please.
I already been getting gang stalked by Elon, yo.
Oh yeah, yo. Every time this nigga call it Uber, yo, it's Elon sent one of his crusaders.
Yeah, no funny shit. The last like 4 times that I called an Uber, for the reason a Tesla showed up, and I'm not even picking Uber Green. I'm just picking regular Uber X.
Watch what you texting while you in that back seat, yo. They got the Neuralink. They combine. They connected to your shit, yo.
Yeah, Elon, he tired of my criticisms.
All right,
all you gotta do is just finish buying Twitter, and then I'll be gone.
I'm not gonna hold you. I know Dan Schneider's on this list. But for the sake of speaking about The Boys and a couple other things on here, I think I'm either gonna let you take this, or we can just like wrap this up and really quickly or something.
Yeah, we can talk about Dan Schneider next week because I definitely want to talk about this nigga, but I want to talk about him at length. And this is Dan Schneider from Nickelodeon, not Dan Snyder of the Washington Football
I wouldn't be
League.
shocked if he got a little foot thing, me too. But anyway,
yeah, just remember Dan Schneider feet.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, I will try not to remember that, but
I remember Dan Schneider feet porn like Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, great, better.
Oh, that's worse. Foot fetish.
Dan Schneider, he tonguing down toes. You're like, okay, all right, you are.
Dan Schneider be having girls put ketchup on their toes? No, that's not.
He said, wait, is it Dan Schneider trying to cook their toes? He said, okay. Got a little rough.
Yeah, so let's move on. We'll cover that next week.
So I guess we can talk about The Boys, right? Because you finally watched the episode, so we could discuss that.
You saying finally? Like
I know I watched it the day it came out.
You didn't watch it today. You watched it the night, like 12 a.m.
No, I watched it that morning.
The morning. Okay, so the shit comes out on Friday, and you watched it the morning.
You know what's funny? I didn't know though. I had no clue it came out that day. I just saw people talking about it, and I was like, no, I gotta watch it before it gets spoiled. That's all. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. So I didn't even know it came out that day. I just saw someone. I think I saw one mention. I was like, who the fuck is Ryan? And then I saw Homelander right after that. I was like,
what's crazy? I forgot who Ryan was too, because he hasn't showed up since like the 2nd or 3rd episode. I was like, who the fuck is Ryan?
Yeah, so I just saw the name. And I'm sitting there like, Homelander and Ryan. Bitch, who is Ryan? Like, I was like, is that a power nigga? That's his
every time name? I saw the word Homelander, I just kept scrolling. I didn't want to get spoiled.
Like, imagine you got everybody got superpower names. I am Scarlet Widow. I am this. I am that. Who are you? Ryan.
What's your power? The most powerful nigga on earth.
Yeah, nigga just like, but like, how does that present itself?
I don't need a code name. Nobody can fuck with me.
I'm good, yo. I don't even fight niggas for real. Yo. I don't even fight niggas for real. Like, a nigga try to fight me, and then he just stopped trying to fight me. It's just that simple. Yeah. Nigga be halfway through one punch, cocking it back. Nah. You ain't worth it, yeah.
You not worth it.
You ain't worth it. Oh, that's what it was? Okay, so let's get to this finale, right? Boom. So, okay. Where did this start? Right? Where did we start with this finale?
It started with it's actually all kind of blending together. Since I've seen all of it, I'm kind of confusing the parts of 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like a recap of the episode, just so I can like get a good pace of like what happened.
It starts with not Homelander, Soldier Boy pouring Coke into milk. I distinctly remember that, and I will never forget that as long as I live.
And the Coke into milk.
Coca-Cola, not cocaine. He had a glass, and he was pouring Coca-Cola into milk.
Oh, I think I did see that.
I was gonna say, I don't know how you don't remember this.
Jarring. Yeah, that sounds really familiar because I remember thinking at some point a couple like I guess the week this came out, I was like, yo, a beer and a soda and I think it was something else. It was a beer and a milk. That was a different video I'm thinking.
Well, he might have done it in other episodes, and I didn't notice.
Coke and a what? I didn't even see that.
Coca-Cola in a glass of milk.
Yeah, I didn't even see that part. That's actually
is
really
that
funny.
Something that niggas used to do back in like the 1940s?
Is this the bee's knees?
Why did he do that? Were niggas doing that before? Is that like a thing that people did in time? So, that just blew me away.
I think this one starts with the last thing we saw was Maeve escape, right? In the last episode. So Maeve escapes and everybody's Annie quit and everybody like, yeah, let's go. We're gonna go kill Homeland and we're gonna kill Black Noir. Let's go up to the tower. With this being said, of course, spoiler alert. Like, I mean, we talking about the boys.
After. Yeah. I feel like most people have seen the boys. Niggas, the boys is a good series. Niggas not putting it on. Niggas seeing it the day of.
But yes, so they were all gonna go to Vault and they were gonna do all this shit, and then Butcher did his sentimental thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the scene that I was talking about where Soulja Boy was putting the milk in the fucking putting the Coke in the milk.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, they were at the hideout, and then the other group were trying to figure out where they were.
Okay, I see.
And then they went to where they were, and then they locked all of them in the safe. And then Butcher turned off the lights because he said the bitch needs that for her powers, referring to Annie.
Mm-hmm.
But then Annie still broke out of it, which a lot of niggas been downplaying her and her abilities, which I understand, because that scene where she was fully powered up, floating off the ground, and Hugh was even turning more lights on to power her up, and all she did was knock Soulja Boy down. What the fuck was that?
I mean, we do gotta understand, Soulja Boy is like a nigga's like a walking nuclear reactor. Like he got the regular suit powers. And worst case scenario, when shit get bad, I self-destruct on niggas. Yo, shit get me tight.
That's
nigga
true,
like, yo, he fucking me up. You know what? I'm about to blow him.
That's so disrespectful though, for somebody to power up to their fullest power. And we don't know if it's her fullest power. Maybe this bitch can go into the sun and then destroy the entire earth. She's in a studio full of lights, and niggas turn the lights all the way up. She absorbs all that power, and she knocks a nigga down, and that's it. That was so. The whole time she was charging, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, while she was floating up, I was thinking like, yo, it's about to get wild.
Yeah. And then he falls over and gets up 2 seconds later. That was the biggest letdown I've ever seen in my entire life. So niggas obviously been downplaying her off of that, but she did manage to punch her way out of a metal safe. I don't know if it was steel or iron. I don't know what kind of metal it was. But she punched her way out of a metal safe. So
that goes back to
what I was saying. All the soups have some type of super strength,
base power,
and a little bit of invulnerability. But some niggas just have more strength and more invulnerability. So it seems like there's like a layer of strength and invulnerability, and then niggas have a power on top of that, like laser beams or star eyes or being able to talk to animals and fuck squids.
You also have to add training into there too, as well, right? Because like, think about it, like, you can be like, I can be the same strength as you, but if I'm a trained martial arts, I'm gonna violate you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just wildly swinging hands, like, just because you a soup, that might work on regular niggas. Because regular nigga could throw 100 punches at you. You connect once and he's sleeping.
Yeah,
but against me, nigga, no, I'm a try. I know martial arts and jujitsu. You just, man, you bugging, yo. I got this superpower. When I get a grip on niggas, I can just squeeze they damn head and it'll blow up. And you're like, nigga, I just won't let you grab me then, nigga. I'm a trained martial artist. Like you were just a nigga. You are just a nigga who grabs niggas for a living. Like
that's how A-Town was able to kill what's his name?
A-Town.
Blue
A-Train.
A-Train. What's his name? Blue Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually know what his power was. He was just another suit, but I looked it up online. His power is he has diamond skin, but a diamond rubbing up against asphalt going at supersonic speed will still grind to dust. So A-Train running this nigga down the street at supersonic speed got through that diamond flesh and smoked that nigga. So yeah, there's always a counter to superpowers. I don't give a fuck how strong you are, nigga. If I'm almost as strong as you and I can still whoop your ass.
Yeah, I can handle that.
That's why Soulja Boy was beating the shit out of Homelander, because he might be stronger, but Soulja Boy is a
never fought
soldier.
nobody.
Yeah, so nigga, Homelander has never bled. He's never felt pain. Soulja Boy is a soldier. He was whipping the dog shit out this nigga. Maeve was whooping the dog shit. Which brings the question, why was Maeve so terrified of Homelander before if she could really get down with this nigga like that?
You do have to also understand, like, I think it's just fear, right? I think that was part of what they were establishing, right? Was that there's a lot of fear involved with Homelander. Like you were saying, like,
for real, yeah.
Soulja Boy pops up and was like, I don't fear this nigga, you a hoe. And immediately starts washing him. Because nigga, we're all soups. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, think about it. For example, it's the head popper, right? We don't know if that would work on Homelander, but mind you, when he yoked her up, she gave up real quick. Yeah, right.
Exactly, yeah.
And niggas be too scared to try because they think, well, if this shit don't work and I make him mad, what does mad Homelander look like? You know what I'm saying? What does angry, what does furious? I'm already scared of the nigga who be smiling in my face. So I don't want to push you to your edge and then, like, you know what I'm saying? You get your Super Saiyan transformation. I don't want to see what that look like.
That makes sense, yeah.
A lot of it was fear, especially with Maeve and a lot of them. Like a lot of it is fear, and plus, I think it was Reaper actually who mentioned this. But remember, Maeve was like a drunk before, so it's like she not in shape. No. She not really practicing.
She wasn't a drunk until after the plane incident. Before that,
right? No, that's what I meant.
Was a full suit.
Yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't. Yeah, but my whole point was, so like during that time, I mean, I was all. She was already afraid of the nigga.
No, I take that back, because in the show, remember Starlight said, "I thought you were drunk, just fucking everybody," and she said, "That's what I wanted to think." She was really training the whole time. So that whole time, she was training to get stronger to fight Homelander. Actually.
Okay, gotcha.
So that makes sense why before she was scared, because she wasn't on his level before. She spent an entire arc, an entire second season training to get stronger.
Mm-hmm. And again, that's where it comes back, because mind you, without that training, that probably turns the tide in the fight entirely, because it's like you said, they're both soups. Yeah, we both, mind you do your little laser beam and shit, and I can withstand that. You see me withstanding it to a degree, right? But it's like at the same time, if I don't train, and you know, like you were saying, like you could be as strong as you want, but bro, can't nobody take laser beams for just 10 minutes. Like if I just beam you consecutively for long periods of time, I'll fry this shit. You're gonna lose.
So
yeah. So I think a lot of it was about the training. The question I had that I couldn't get my head around was, why didn't Annie get permanent V?
That's the same question I had. That is the same exact question I had, yo.
Like,
that shit pissed me off. Like, you told niggas, oh, if you guys take 10V, you're gonna die. But instead of you were there, you had the opportunity. But instead of getting multiple vials of full V, you get one for Kimiko. Not your boyfriend that's on the brink of death. Not for Butcher, who's about to fight Homelander and Soulja Boy. You get one for Kimiko.
No. Shout out to Kimiko, though. I love her. She go hard.
Yeah, I do too. She's probably my favorite character behind MM. Mother's Milk is definitely my favorite character. Even though this nigga, he definitely lets emotion get in the way of the mission.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because
they all do, though. Truth be told, I mean, we saw it from Butcher, the nigga who tried to act like he don't got no emotions. Real shit. If he ain't say Ryan in that last scene, that boy would have got toasted.
Fuck that. If he wouldn't have fucking done that bullshit to Ryan in the first place, Ryan wouldn't have been at Homelander's side in the end.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Him away,
But why did he do that? There was a reason he did that, right? I can't remember what it was, but what was the
reason? Because he knew he was finna go to war with Homelander and didn't want Ryan to get caught in the middle. But doing that, you ended up pushing him away.
Yeah, and I think it was definitely a miscalculation on his part because it's like, dog, this is Homelander. If he want to find that child, he gonna find that boy. And like you said, you already shitted on him. His mom is dead, so realistically, he's begging for somebody to lean. Please, bro, tell me it wasn't my fault. And then Homelander gonna come in and do the same shit. And then you saw that in that scene with Soldier Boy where he tried to basically appeal to the whole family shit and tried to get that going. And don't get me wrong, I think part of that was real. Like obviously he really wanted a family, but the other part of it was he knew that was a tactical move. But I don't know. To me, I definitely think that last decision to let them I ain't gonna hold you. I would have been of the thought process of letting him torch them niggas and then coming back in afterwards and making sure he was dead with him. Because I'd have got them both out of here. I
don't think, because I understand the think about the time that Butcher spent with the kid and think about.
I get it.
It's not my kid, but it's my wife's kid. Now, obviously.
Yeah, nobody here to watch over him. And she always thought he was going to abandon that child too, which is also the funny thing. So in the end, he ended up not doing it.
Well, no, he did it because think about it, when he left the farm originally. If he didn't do that this entire time, he wouldn't have linked up with Homelander. So
although
his little redemption where he blocked him, well, if it was me, I would have just told Soldier Boy. I don't know why Butcher tried to fight Soldier Boy. All you had to do was say, "Not the kid, go after Homelander." That's all he had to do. Instead,
that would not have worked. I'm not gonna hold you.
We don't know that though.
Soldier Boy is nuts. That I don't think that would have worked.
He definitely is nuts. But we could have sidebarred that, and I could have just fucking. So like, I'm not talking at the point when he was about to laser beam them. I would save him there. But when Butcher and Soldier Boy were off separately, and then Homelander was in there fighting Maeve, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had a conversation. Soldier Boy was like, "You really care about some bastard? That nigga raped your wife." So they were talking and then he said, "I made a promise to the kid. Listen, I would say, I made a promise to the kid. Just go after Homelander. I'm not gonna fight you. Just go after Homelander."
But the reason why I say that wouldn't work is because I also feel like that was literally implied right there, and he just said, yeah, don't care. I'm about to blow this shit." Like you know, like he just don't strike me as a nigga that give a fuck. Like like he hasn't shown that in any instance. You know what I'm saying? Like even with the whole shit where they went into Black Noir's past and all of that, like Soldier Boy just strike it. Like it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Like it's just, look, bro, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want because that's what a man does. That's what an alpha does. And that's his whole shtick. And my thing is, dog,
whole shit, yeah.
You can't. There's no reason with no alpha male ass nigga. That's the one of them shit. You gotta let him whack them niggas. And like I said, when he gasping and all tired after smoking the whole tower,
energy or whatever.
Yeah, we gonna put that mask on him, put him in a lab, and we gonna nuke this nigga somehow. We gonna find something.
Fuck nuking. Throw this nigga into space. He not surviving that.
Throw that nigga in a volcano.
I think he might survive that.
But the part that I did think was interesting though is like what you said, right? Annie was super charged up, and the best she could do was like push Soldier Boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Ryan gets emotional and blasts Soldier Boy before he can finish and shoot him and Homelander. I thought that was a little bit of dog shit. I'm not gonna hold you.
See, because I thought it was dog shit too, but I don't think that. So this show has been really good so far. I don't think the showrunners make mistakes like that. I think they deliberately had Starlight's shit do nothing to no effect, just to emphasize how strong the rest of the soups were. Because before this, like if you think about comics, you think about Superman and Iron Man, you think about all these other heroes and how strong they are. The soups in this universe don't compare. Like in the slightest. These niggas are whack. So you need something to at least show a nigga has some type of power, right?
Are you bugging? Yo, Deep will give it to Aquaman, whole ass nigga.
All right, man. You've been on Reddit. You deep.
Yo, Deep is a loser. He's like my least favorite nigga in the show.
You hate this nigga Deep, bro. This nigga Deep is deep in my wells of hate for worst characters in the show.
Like I hate him more than Homelander, which is funny as hell to me.
Yeah, no, I definitely do too. No, I definitely do too. But no, what was I saying?
You're talking about like the reason for why they had Ryan Black.
Oh yeah. They want to show how strong Soldier Boy, Ryan, and Homelander are by showing how weak Annie and the rest of the Supes are. Because think about it, the episode before this, we just saw fucking Huey, Soldier Boy, and fucking British nigga Oi Butcher. We just saw them beat the dog shit out of Homelander, bruise his face. Would have killed him if Soldier Boy didn't prematurely blow his load on the twins. If he didn't have to recharge his shit, they would have killed Homelander right there. So I kind of get why they did Annie the way she did, even though it pissed me off. Because she's not as strong as him. She's not.
And I'm reading one of the recaps, and it's talking about Ryan hitting Soldier Boy was like the, quote unquote the final personal element needed to show Butcher what he was compromising by partnering with Soldier Boy. So from that perspective, narrative. I can see what, like, even though it may not still logistically make sense, like this nigga he not in tune with his powers, but suddenly he can blow this nigga back off of emotion. But at the same time, it's like, nah, dog, like look what's happening, doggy. What's going on.
It makes sense from a narrative perspective, so I get it for sure.
I think the scene in the lab where Frenchie making the shit while Kamika was fighting, and with her music playing and all that shit was going wild, that was
bullshit.
That was all right.
Nah, I thought it was well, I didn't dislike it, but I thought the fact that he got shot in the leg and still continued.
Yeah, I thought that was bullshit too. And then just came up to the crib and then like, all right, well, yo, y'all went in the fight or not? Nigga, go to the hospital. You're out of this fight. Yeah. You made the agent. Thank you. Now get out of here. Like, you're done for.
Yeah, that's the part that I thought bullshit. But the whole sequence with her fighting and listening to her music, that was cool. But just him getting shot, that was bullshit. Getting shot and then continuing to make the agent was bullshit to me.
Yeah, who?
I said continuing to make the agent.
Whatever, like there wasn't even a pause in that shit. Like no nothing.
Yeah, he
like,
got shot. He's like, he leaned down for a minute and then got back up. Yeah, exactly.
He's like, hold on, let me finish this shit before I start really bugging.
So you're not even gonna try to suppress the bleeding. You're just gonna bleed out while you continue to make this, huh?
And it hit him in like he's like Achilles, dog. There's no standing on that.
No, it's not like there's not like it just sliced through. It wasn't a graze. He got hit dead.
That shit looked like a gash, nigga. That shit looked nasty. One thing I did like though was the scene with Huey towards the end, right? I feel like it was a nice little bow that they put on the season, right? Because think about it, the whole season, Huey had been tripping over you're stronger than me, and I can't, I just want to share with the people I love, and I can't do it. So that was the whole reason he was taking the tent B in the same place, in the first place, right? And so in the last scene, right, he's got no V. So it's like, damn, guess you can't do nothing. But he finds a way, right? He goes, he turns the lights up, and it gives him just enough time to incapacitate Soldier Boy for a second, and it buys him some time in the fight. But I think that was very
it's a good redemption,
careful writing to where they wanted to make it very evident, like to the character, like, nah, listen, dog, your strength don't always come from just the powers you got, baby. Sometimes the strength is the friends we made along the way. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't have gone with that. I would have gone with the strength is in your brain. So you turn up the lights for your girlfriend that has superpowers to absorb lights. That's kind of a brain move, not a friends along the way move, but either way.
Let's see. So
also, I don't think Queen Maeve should have survived.
Yeah, I see why they did it that way though.
Well, I mean, it depends because he's used his powers on a bunch of different people. So he obviously his power when he used it on Kimiko,
that was like
didn't
a
kill
toned down
her.
version.
It took her power. So like when he does the chest beam, that takes away powers. But when this nigga goes full on nuclear explosion, it kills people because there were a bunch of soups at Herogasm.
But Herogasm was the chest beam, correct? It was the chest
No,
beam.
no, that nigga exploded. Remember, they were playing like the Russian music in the background, and he fucked up and exploded, and the whole house was up, and there was like charred skeletons.
Yeah, but there was like when it showed it, there were trails, if I'm not mistaken, and it looked like those are like beam trails. You know what I'm saying? Like a beam had swept through or some shit like that.
So you think he didn't kill soups at Herogasm? He killed normal sex
No,
workers.
he killed the suits. But my thing is, I think I don't know the mechanism behind which explosion
Yeah,
does
we're just
what,
speculating.
because
Yeah.
to me, I think it's something that the show just kind of creatively decides when to kill and when not to kill. Like,
Yeah.
like
But
I
I don't
don't.
like that. I
Yeah, I get
want
what you're saying.
consistencies. Like,
Yeah.
because he used the beam of Kimiko, it didn't kill her. He used the atomic bomb explosion in New York when he was going through his PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he went through PTSD at Herogasm too, because he heard some Russian music.
Yeah,
And
he did. I'm
so
pretty
I
sure he
thought he
did.
exploded. Yeah. But like you said, they showed a trail, so we don't know if it was a beam from his chest or a straight up explosion. But for a fact, when Maeve took him out that window, he was about to explode,
Mm-hmm.
which killed
And it was a
people.
huge explosion, by the way.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
I
do feel like
100%
that
assumed
one.
he was dead.
Yeah, that one. I do feel like that one should have killed her. I can understand why they didn't, because they're like, nah, fuck that. We gonna keep her alive. Like, she's
Yeah.
a good character. She's got decent writing for the whole season. So niggas is like, nah, I ain't killing her off that easy.
But I mean, fuck decent right. I feel like this is a redemption arc from all the shit that she's done
Yeah, exactly.
from arc to arc. This was like a perfect end. Same
Yeah,
with A Train.
this
I
would
feel
have been
like
the
they
perfect
didn't
one.
even need to keep A Train alive.
Yeah, I'm
After
not gonna hold
all
you.
the shit he did, he
I thought he
killed the
was gonna die
nigga.
after Blue Heart.
I did too. After the heart attack, when he woke up in the hospital bed with Blue Heart. First, I was mad when he woke up in the hospital bed, but
With
then
his
when they
heart,
said
yeah.
he had a Blue Hawk's heart, I was like, that's kind of like comedic justice, and I was cool with it. And then he just continued to suck Homelander's dick after that. So I was like, what's the point?
Well, hold on. I'm pulling up the whole Herogasm thing just because I want to see the actual. It is a beam. It's a beam at Herogasm.
Damn.
It comes out of his chest and it's still the beam. It's exactly what you're saying. It's still the music, but it's a beam and he like rotates and smokes the whole crib.
Oh, so that nigga had the beam. He didn't nuclear explode. He just had the beam and just turned it on everybody.
That was that's the Iron Man repulsor blast.
Yeah. So this nigga can smoke people whenever he wants or whenever the story demands it. Because he didn't smoke Kimiko with a chest beam. He exploded with a nuke in New York, and then he exploded with a chest beam in Herogasm, and he exploded with a nuke with Maeve. It's narrative. That's all it is, really.
The funniest shit is that apparently there was a moment from the comics, where like apparently Homelander and Soldier Boy like get into it like sexually. And they took that out for the TV series, thank God.
I have not seen that. Interesting. Well, I mean, they're not father and son in the comics, so it's not weird.
Yeah, but he like coerced him into bed. It's still a little strange.
Oh, that's coercion is always fucking disgusting. One of these days we can talk about how terrible the boys comics are and how better the show is.
I've heard that allegedly that they're really bad, and I'm just like, well, the show's pretty good. So like, apparently these guys got it right here.
Literally every nigga that has ever read the boys comics, except like a couple weirdos, say that the TV show is the better adaptation.
I can believe that. I definitely believe that.
The TV show is leagues, nigga. You don't want to know MM's backstory in the comics.
Yeah, I bet I don't.
You do not want to know. I'm gonna send it to you.
One thing I will tell you though, I was happy that Maeve lived at the end of the season only because
you got to see her girlfriend again.
Yeah, man.
She bad.
I love her. Yeah, she bad.
Yeah, I do too. She bad.
She bad. I'm just like, I need her to win. Yeah, she got to win. Yeah, for real.
Winning in this series is just fucking living.
Yeah, winning this series is like being able to live my life.
Yeah, no, that's facts. definitely right about that.
All right, so I'll tell you what. I wanted to discuss one other thing, but I gotta pee really bad.
Yeah, it's crazy. I gotta pee too. We're on the same page.
So you know what? I'm thinking. I'm getting the feel that we can just shut this down for now. You know, we can just.
We've been going long.
Yeah, you know. What is it? What is the command to get him out of here?
I don't know.
Oh, it's just to stop recording button. Okay, so for those who are listening, thank you for listening. It's been episode 57, baby. And tune in next week for the story about a very creepy white man tonguing down toes.
We don't know that. We know he liked the toes. Wait, you talking about Quentin Tarantino?
I'm talking about. See, look, the fact that you gotta even think of more than one white man—that's the problem. This should be your agenda. This should have been your agenda. Step to that bullshit you picked. You should have picked this, nigga. Get the toes off the screen.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you ain't got nothing to say.
No.
I said no. I am complicit.
All right.
Deuces, y'all.